What's going on, y'all? Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports, and you've been asking for it, and I couldn't wait to finally make one. We're going to be walking y'all through the Miami Dolphins full 7-round mock draft that I put together here. So before we get into some of these players, I want you to look at all the Dolphins draft picks. So reminder, you're going to get some comp picks later on, so picks 114, picks 183, they're going to change later, but in terms of 3, 18, 36, 50, and 82, those are set in stone. So at pick number 3, who are the Miami Dolphins going to get? You got a lot of different avenues that you could go here. Do you want to go with maybe a wide receiver? I know some of y'all are going to be typing Jamar Chase. Maybe you could go with a Devonta Smith. Maybe you go with somebody else like a Penei Sewell. Those were really the top 3 players when I really thought about who the Dolphins could go out and get. So I'm going to ask you this question here. Who will Miami draft at pick number 3? And I'm just going to tell you right now, in this mock draft that I did, Trevor Lawrence went 1. Zach Wilson went 2. So knowing that, I'm going to protect Tua Tagovailoa here. I'm going to take offensive tackle from Oregon, Penei Sewell. When I think about some of the best offensive line prospects that I have personally seen, Sewell's right up there for me with some of the best of them. And if you can get the best tackle in this draft to protect Tua's blind side, if you are a believer that the future is going to be Tua and that you're going to build around him, this is the route that I personally go with. He's got the tools to be the best offensive tackle, not just like in this year's draft class. I think we could really look down the road maybe 3-4 years from now, because with his athletic ability, and the dude's only 20 years old, I'm not kidding you when I say this, I could seriously sit here and say this could be the best offensive tackle in the National Football League 3-4 years from now. So let's walk you through the mock draft, okay? After the Penei Sewell pick, Justin Fields, he went off the board of the Atlanta Falcons. Jamar Chase, unfortunately, he wasn't able to go. I really had my fingers crossed that maybe Jalen Waddle could fall to 18 or something like that. As a reminder, I did no trades in this mock draft. So at pick number 10, the Dallas Cowboys. We'll continue to walk you through here. Kwity Paye went off the board. Trey Lance of the 49ers I thought was pretty interesting. Rashawn Slater, I know a bunch of y'all are always like, Mitch, take Devonta Smith, Jamar Chase, number 3. Maybe you can get Slater at number 18. Samuel Cosmi, another offensive tackle from Texas. And then 15, 16, 17. So you had Bateman from Minnesota, Jace Horn from South Carolina. Then the Raiders took Micah Parsons, linebacker from Penn State. So who are the Dolphins going to take at number 18? Before I give you my pick, here at Chat Sports, we are an interactive-based YouTube channel. So I asked you for pick 3. You know I was going to ask you for pick number 18. So before I reveal who I took, go down in the comments section and let me know. We're going to go running back here. Najee Harris from Alabama. I can't believe I'm taking a running back in round 1, but I really didn't like how the draft fell to me. But guess what? Sometimes you're going to have to deal with that. So I decided to fill a need with the best player at that position. If you can upgrade, that's what you try to do. And Najee Harris is a clear upgrade over Gaskin. No disrespect to him. But this is a player where I've seen some Derrick Henry type of comps in terms of build and athletic ability. I don't know if he's ever going to be a Derrick Henry style of running back, but he also has been able to get better and better, especially in the receiving game, which is something that I never thought he was going to be able to do. But he's got the skill set to be a bell cow running back. Guess what? You want to help out Tua? Get yourself a bell cow running back like Najee Harris. Now, I want to say this, y'all. We've been killing it here on this Dolphins channel. This is actually the top channel at Chat Sports. Most subscribers over the last 28 days. We conquered the Lions talk with Micro Mike. Now it's time to catch the Chiefs report. We're about 1,800 subs away. I anticipate this taking about a month. But guess what? It's going to happen. I can tell you all right now. So hit that big red button that says subscribe. Let's go catch the Chiefs report. All right, let's now get into the second round here. I'm going to go Kadarius Toney at pick number 36. If you're looking to add another wide receiver, because there's already reports out there that they could be moving on from Albert Wilson and that Miami wants to add another slot, here's your player to do it. I thought he looked great at the Senior Bowl. You knew the Miami Dolphins coaches also were impressed with him at the Senior Bowl. So if you're looking for an Albert Wilson replacement, here you go. Some of his numbers might have been a little bit skewed because I think Kyle Pitts definitely helped him out this past season. But if they use him the way that Tyreek Hill is using the Chiefs offense, I think that would really, really help out a player like Toney, who's also a lot more explosive than Jakeem Grant. And I actually thought Jakeem Grant once in a while looked pretty solid last year. So this show is presented by BetUS. If you guys want to go ahead and bet on some NBA games, please do it. March Madness right around the corner. But if you're like, you know what, man, I'm a football guy through and through, It's all good. I get it. If you want to go ahead and take advantage of this deal, you got to go to chatsports.com/bet. I'm going to say that one more time in case you weren't paying attention. Chatsports.com/bet, but you got to use the promo code Dolphins125. It's on screen. Gets you 125% deposit bonus. So what exactly can you bet on here, right? If it's the end of the football season, Mitch, you can't bet on football. Yes, you can. Football's 365 days, baby. That's why it's Mitchell Rent's 365. So here are the AFC East odds in 2021. Minus 200 for the Buffalo Bills, plus 270 for the Miami Dolphins. Now, a lot of times, I take for granted that people understand what plus 270 means. I mean, when I first started working here at Chat Sports, if you would have told me that, I was like, what, plus 270 pounds? I don't know what you mean. So this is what it means exactly. If you were to risk $10 on Miami to win the AFC East at plus 270 odds, it means you win $27. So think about it. If you deposit $100, you get $125 for free to bet with. Take 10 of those dollars and put it towards the Miami Dolphins winning the AFC East. I mean, that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. You want to bet on Tua winning the MVP? That's plus 5,000 odds. That's 10 to win 500. All I'm saying is we're hooking you up with a great deal. Have a little bit of fun. Put some money where your mouth is. All right, let's now go to the second pick here in round 2. I'm going to go Trey Smith. We can all agree here. The Miami Dolphins need to upgrade that offensive line. If I already addressed the right tackle position, now it's time to address the guard. That's what you're doing here with Trey Smith. And if you want to be able to run the football, because again, I drafted Najee Harris. Trey Smith, he is a run blocker, and he is mean, he is nasty, and if you want a power run scheme, Trey Smith is a great player to do that. And my thought process was this. I'm trying to take pressure off Tua. You protect the blind side. Now you go out and address the interior offensive line to really be able to run the football with a guy like Najee Harris. That's why I went with Trey Smith, round 2, pick number 50. We're going to go to the linebacker position. Jabril Cox, the more and more I watch him, the more and more I'm starting to like him. Round 3, pick 82, the linebacker out of LSU. When you really look top to bottom at this Miami defense, you're set on the corners, right? Howard, Byron Jones. You're up front, can get some work done as well, but linebacker was definitely a position that Miami needed to improve upon. And that's what you're going to get here with Jabril Cox, who had 58 tackles, a sack. Is he good against the run? No. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think he's very good against the run. But if you're looking for a coverage linebacker, somebody who can play man, which Miami does a ton because they have the players on the outside to be able to do it, because guess what? If you put Byron Jones and Xavier Howard man-to-man on a guy, chances are they're going to lock him down. So if you can get a coverage linebacker in Cox, I really like that pick a lot. So go down in the comments section right now. Name your favorite NFL draft sleeper. Just to clarify here. An NFL draft sleeper, I like to think of somebody that's going to get taken on day 3. If you're throwing out a name that's somebody that's going to be taken in round 2, round 3, no disrespect to you. I'm just going to simply say that that's not a sleeper. If you want to send me some players that you want me to watch more film on, throw those names also down in the comments. Let's now go to round 4 here. Pick number 114, Sage Surratt. In my opinion, he's built to be like an X receiver. Multiple reports have come out the last week that Miami is looking for a wide receiver 2 next to Devontae Parker and a slot receiver. I've already addressed the slot receiver in Kadarius Toney, but maybe and just maybe you could go out and get a player like Sage Surratt, who I believe could be that X next to Devontae Parker. But he also could play maybe some big slot. So if you're really trying to be versatile in that offense, moving around the football a little bit, he didn't play in 2020, he decided to opt out. But in 2019, he looked like a pretty good red zone option, over 10 touchdowns. It's a roll of the dice play in round 4. But hey, it could turn out like a guy like Preston Williams. I'd be pretty down with that. All right, let's go down to round 6, pick number 183. I'm going to go Tedarrell Slaton, defensive line out of Florida. In round 6, sometimes you're just shooting for upside. So this is what I'm thinking here. When I really hear a lot of coaches talk about Slaton, they say that if he really wants to live up to his hype, he needs to be, we'll say, grounded and needs to get a schedule together. Now, my thought process was this. At 6'5", 340 pounds, he's got all the tools to be a solid player. Now, some of the off-the-field stuff is definitely an issue as well, but he's got a nose for the football and is going to play in a 3-4 scheme. He is going to be a rotational player, but if you could keep him down in Florida where some of his family is around there, I think that's kind of the best idea here in Slaton. It's a dart throw, and that's what you're trying to do in round 6. Now, that was my mock draft. Full 7 rounds. So what I want you guys to do, if you made it this far in the video, first off, no, I appreciate you. But go down and grade it. And I want you to be honest with me, okay? Because if you're not honest with me and everyone gives me an A, what good does that do me? It doesn't do me any good. The way that I think of grades, though, C is average, D is, well, pretty damn bad. F is failing, B is good, A is excellent. So go down in the comments, let me know, grade this mock draft.